14. All at 20, 25, 30, 35. And he's taken down out of bounds at the 44-yard line. So the Ansonia Chargers will have good field position. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line.
This Amity certainly has a good hitting football team, as witnessed that last tackle on Parks. 2 or 3 men hit him and hit him good. Nice run by Parks. Brought the ball up to the 44-yard line.
About the 43.
Well, 2 big scoring plays for the Amity Spartans. A 55-yard run by Lena and a 54-yard pass to Katz. Let's see what the Ansonia Chargers, if they can score on big plays, because that's what they've done all year long. Smith goes out wide to the left, along with Rich Conklin. Potter to the right. Olszewski in the shotgun. Here's the snap. A rush.
Man's open.
Potter down the middle, and incomplete. Beautiful defensive play by Rich Rosen.
Beautiful defensive play.
They had
I think the ball got there a little late.
2 men covering for Amity Spartans.
Late. It was good defensive play.
All right, 2nd down and 10. Ball's at the 44 of Ansonia. There's a handoff to Parks, gets a block, and he's out of bounds, close to midfield.
Frank, if Park cut to the inside, he would have had a lot more running room. What he did was cut to the outside and was knocked out of bounds.
He's staying away from the mud. It's rough going.
All right, it's a 3rd and 4. The ball's at midfield. We have 4:20 remaining, and the clock's still moving. Steve Mankulik's had a beautiful block to set that run up. And jumping off sides, I believe, was an Amity Spartan. No flag is down. And it will be a 4th down.
It looked like to me it was a lazy snap. A lot of times you get a lazy snap, it looks as if one of the other teams is offside. But once that center starts the ball back to the quarterback, everything's okay.
Oh, Ansonia
Go ahead, Brad.
in a kicking position. Whether they will or not remains to be seen. It's early in the
Tomorrow
game.
night, look at that play. See if it was a lazy snap or if the guy jumped
Right.
offside.
In case you're watching Saturday night, we'll also be on Sunday at 7 o'clock. Going to go for it.
All right, 4th and 2. Here is Bridges. 1st down, Ansonia inside the 45.
Well, that was a gutsy call by McAllister to kick, decide not to kick and to go for the 1st down, especially since how well Amity is playing on offense.
All right, 1st down at the 44. Olszewski to the air. Flag is down. Rich Conklin with a beautiful catch inside the 30-yard line. Let's see what the flag is.
Motion.
And it's going to be a motion call against the Ansonia Chargers, and that will bring up 1st and 15.
Well, Rich, a little anxious on that one, and I can spot that from back here. And just moving before the snap of the ball. You cannot be moving forward at that time.
And there's our score up on the screen. Amity 14, Ansonia 8, with 3 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in the 1st period.
And it's a long 1st period, Frank.
Certainly is, Pete.
They have slow-moving clocks in New Haven.
Take a half an hour or more to play the 1st period.
All right, Smith.
Long passes, incomplete, the clock stops, and that gets you time.
Smith and Conklin to the left. Olszewski on a 1st and 15. Goes for Potter. He's got him.
Great catch. That was a great catch. A lot of concentration.
You're listening to Joe McAlpine, one of the officials in the Haven Conference, the Haven League. We have Joe here helping us out in case there's any rule that we have to have explained to us. Joe will be happy to do it.
And a long 2.
All right, 2nd and 2. The ball spotted at the 36. They have to get inside the 44 for a 1st down. Here's Olszewski, hands off. A flag is down. Mike Parks has a 1st down. and a lot more, but let's see what the flag
by the
is.
referee, it indicates that something must have happened in the offensive backfield. It's like motion in the backfield.
And the Ansonia Chargers call for another motion call, and that'll move the ball back to the 41, or it'll set up a 2nd down and 7.
You know what sometimes I think is ridiculous, Joe? When an official goes over to a team and says, hey, look, you could either have the 2nd and 5 or it's a 1st down here. Why do they do that?
Well, you have to explain the options. You just got it. It's part of a procedures as an official. You have to explain it. A lot of times it's obvious what penalty they should take, but you have to explain the options.
Okay.
All right, you know the down. 2nd and 7. We have 2:18 remaining here in the first period. Olszewski drops back to pass. This is for Smith. His receiver fell down. And pass goes Conklin. And right there, nearly picking off the ball, was Bill Rosen, and he had an open field ahead of him if he can only hang on to the ball. But that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. The Chargers are trailing here, 14-8. And we have 2:14 remaining in the first period. Frank Tulsick along with Brad Harris, Pete Capone, and Joe McAlpine from Bowen Field in New Haven.
Daddy-O's Auto Parts, Derby Avenue, Seymour, bringing you first quarter, and I mean action.
All right, Smith and Conklin to the right, to the left, Potter to the right. Here's Olszewski with the snap, another flag. Potter's got a close to a 1st down.
The right end, I believe. Right end, moving back.
Illegal motion against Ansonia.
Right end was moving back. He was rocking.
Well, that's 3 times now.
Well, this is certainly holding up Ansonia's offense. They got to get it straight what they're doing wrong 3 times in a row that cost them severely in this first period.
And it was illegal procedure. I think Rich Conklin jumped offside just a fraction before the ball.
Penalty against Ansonia.
They're a little over anxious trying to get downfield.
3rd down and 12.
Okay, there you see when this game will be on tomorrow night, too.
They haven't been in this position too often. I remember talking about kids. They just got to turn them down.
All right, it's a 3rd and 12. Olszewski drops back, flakes, throwing long down the sidelines. A flag is down. But I believe we may have a pass interference call against the Amity Spartans.
Once that pass is thrown, you cannot touch that receiver. You got to go for the ball at all times. A defender has to go for the ball at all times.
1st down.
Well, they got all the penalties back on that one.
You got to play the ball. If there's an incidental bump as you're going towards the ball, interference is not likely to be called.
Well, the pass interference call gives it the Ansonia Chargers a 1st down at the 31-yard line. Olszewski, this is Parks, cutting to the right side, picking up good yardage and taken out of bounds. The initial tackler for the Ansonia Chargers, number 15, is Rich Rosen. And he's the one with the muddiest uniform on the field right now.
This is well, everybody expected this to be one super game. I can't believe it. It's more than what we live up to, this expectation. Amity is a good football team. Everybody thought that maybe that they couldn't have a passing game. That certainly showed that they have right now.
We've got a dandy, 2nd and 6. McNamara to the left. A flag is dropped.
This procedure defense, let's wait and see.
1st down, it's going to be against Amity. Offside.
Encroachment. That's an encroachment call against the defense.
5-yard penalty against.
Seems like it's a half an hour, 15-minute period, Brad, right?
They're just going back and forth, and for the number 1 and number 4 teams in the state, they're making a lot of mistakes.
All right, 2nd down and 3 to go. The ball's at the 24-yard line. And a flag is down again. Another flag.
Flag on the play.
The quarterback is pulling out a little too quickly.
Weather indication dead ball procedure penalty against.
Quarterback's pulling out a little too quickly, and with a with the balls, as the game goes on, the balls are going to get heavier. It may not seem like much, but the center snap is going to be a little slower. And the quarterback's got to stay in there, make sure he gets the handle of that
The
ball.
ball back on the 29-yard line, second down, 8.
All right, that'll bring up a 2nd and 8. The ball at the 29-yard line in a long first period. It is 1:52 remaining. The Chargers trail by 6. Olszewski with a fake. Throws. There's a pass, and it's caught. Rich Conklin inside the 5.
All right, now you got to give credit on that pass to Rich Conklin because he was going to the outside, had to turn around, come back for the ball. Good play by Rich Conklin.
The pass was well defended, and the pass receiver just made a tremendous effort, and the effort paid off.
And as Joe McAlpine pointed out in the beginning of the game, this part of the field is not too bad shape.
Not too many touchdowns have been scored at that end, I imagine.
All right, 1st and goal. Ball at the 2-yard line. Olszewski, here's a handoff to Parks, and he stopped short of a... He maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line. Joe Margulis made this stop. The defensive end, 6'2", 210. He's a senior.
Second and goal from the 2.
All right, 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Conklin to the left. There's a handoff to Parks, and he didn't get in this time. He stopped short at the 1-yard line.
On about the 2-yard line.
Normally in this position, we would expect the back to go through the line, but last week in the closing minutes of the Nogada game, Sandy Olszewski elected to go for a quarterback sneak. There's a good possibility with the conditions and the ball being wet, he may do the same here.
All right, 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. The time's dwindling down here in the first period. We have 30 seconds remaining. Potter goes out to the left. Olszewski fakes, throws, and it's incomplete. Intended for Potter.
Incomplete. 4th down.
And it's 4th down and goal from the 1 with 21 seconds remaining here in the first period.
Well, if Amity holds him here, Brad, it'll be a shot in the arm for him.
Well, they're a tough defensive team, one of the tops in the state. I think Ansonia was ranked number 4, and of course that's deceptive because they had the 2nd string in there a lot of the time this year. And Amity was ranked 6th in defense, gave up 56 points, and Ansonia gave up 52 this past season, and we've had 22 points scored here in the first quarter with the possibility of another 6, 7, or 8 before it's all over.
Well, I'll tell you, it seems like neither team is having any problem scoring or moving the ball. The penalties have hurt Ansonia. The excellent play calling by Amity has certainly helped their ball game.
Well, the penalties certainly helped Ansonia to when we began this game with a couple of pass interference call and a personal foul on a completed pass. And we had 3 procedure penalties against the Chargers consecutively. We haven't seen all year.
You have to point out that Ansonia overcame the penalties, and they're down on the 1-yard line. You can't ask high school kids to do better than that.
All right, here we go. 4th down and a yard to go for the touchdown. 21 seconds remaining, 14-8 in favor of the Amity Spartans. Olszewski calls the signals from the 1-yard line. Here is Parks, and Parks scored.
Parks in for the score. Tie ball game, 14-14. What'd you think about that run, Joe?
Good run. He wanted it. He wanted it real bad. He got it.
All right, here we go. It's 14-14. We're all tied up with 17 seconds remaining, and the Chargers will go for 2, of course, the extra point.
I tell you, Amity's got a good defensive front line.
Olszewski will go to the air. He fakes, throws, and incomplete.
We're behind him. He's open.
Wide open over the middle was Rich Conklin. And that keeps the score. Ansonia 14 and Amity 14.
Well, before this ball game, if anybody told you there'd be 28 points scored in the first period, you'd never believe them.
Well, we don't have the statistics, but I would have to say that Ansonia dominated in time that quarter. 2 plays for Amity, 2 touchdowns. Right. The rest of the ball was in Ansonia's hands.
Well, we'll see if the defenses can go to work now. It's been an offensive ball game all the way so far. Daddy-O's Auto Parts bring you first quarter action. Remember, they're in their 50th anniversary year. What a great selection of parts, new and used. There's nothing like Daddy-O's. Very popular place, easy to get to. Off exit 19 and 20, they've got a windshield replacement service. They've got it all when it comes to automobiles. Daddy-O's Auto Parts, Derby Avenue in Seymour.
All right, Jim Smith will kick it off for the Ansonia Chargers. Back deep for the Amity Spartans, Esposito and Tom Crocco. Smith in a very treacherous position to kick the ball. Kicks a line squib kick, and it may go out of bounds, and it does. So that'll bring the ball all the way back to the 40-yard line.
Amity will take over first and
taking the ball there.
their own 40-yard line.
Up here at the 50-yard line.
Isn't it 40-yard line?
Excuse me, you're right.
It's the 40-yard line, that's right. So Amity once again will have excellent field position. That's been the story as far as the Amity Spartans are concerned. Scoring both times they have the ball.
As you look at the Amity football team, take a look at the quarterback. Clean, white, not a spot on him.
About 10 plays.
All right, that's Brian Wright, number 11. First and 10, the ball at the 40-yard line for the Amity Spartans. We're tied at 14. Here's a pitch out to Lena. Lena breaks a tackle, but we have a flag down.
Dalabon.
Looks like it's an interior line call. It looks like the umpire made the call. So no doubt it's going to be holding or personal foul in regard to the interior part of the line.
Personal foul against Ansonia. Dalabon, I think, hit somebody, number 69. That certainly doesn't help their field position, Ansonia, and it does help Amity.
All right, 11 seconds remaining here in the first period. We're all tied up 14-14. That's a personal foul, and that'll move the ball at the 45 of the Ansonia Chargers. Well, they move it at the 46, a 14-yarder.
Ansonia 46.
It's taken over a half an hour, close to 40 minutes. First period.
Gets dark about 4:30 nowadays, doesn't it?
Now we have Rich Katz flanked out wide to the right side. Wright goes back to the air for Katz. He's open. He's got it. First down for Amity inside the 20-yard line.
What a play, huh?
He was open from the moment he stepped off the line of scrimmage. If he doesn't bobble the ball, he got a touchdown. Big play, Amity.
Well, Joe was saying before, Ansonia's known for the big plays, but right now, 2, maybe 3 plays, 2 touchdowns on that play right there were big plays for Amity.
And that's the end of the first period with the score. The Ansonia Chargers 14 and the Amity Spartans 14.
Daddy-O's Auto Parts, Derby Avenue in Seymour has brought you the first quarter, and we'll be back with the start of the second quarter of this really tremendous football game after this word from our second quarter sponsor, Fitzpatrick's Chrysler Plymouth Mazda, East Main Street, Ansonia.
Who was the one that said I was playing?
But we had one play. Rich Lena went into the center of the line for not much.
He picked up 3. That'll bring up. That's. All right, keep in mind they have the kicker, number 85, Joe Carasone, who can also kick field goals from this position. So if the Amity Spartans don't make a first down, I wouldn't be surprised if you seen him. And here's Lena cutting to the right side, and he was tripped up by number 84, Mike Pritchard.
Mike Pritchard.
If he doesn't make that tackle, he's got a whole lot of daylight.
All right, he picked up a yard. Let's call it 3rd and 6. The ball's inside the 15-yard line marked at the 14. We have 11:06 remaining here in the first half. We've got a tie game, 14 all. And it's been a dandy thus far. Rich Rosen flanks out wide to the left side. right, goes to the air, open, first down inside the 5-yard line. Joe Margolis has the first down.
Beautiful play by Amity Spartans.
On the 6-yard line, McNamara on the stop. First and goal to go, Amity from the 6-yard line.
All right, they mark it at the 6, first and goal for the Amity Spartans. We have 10:44 remaining. That's a first down.
This program is being brought to you by, or this quarter,
Fitzpatrick's, East Main Street, Ansonia.
All right, here's a pitch out to Lena, cutting the left side, and he's got a touchdown.
It's tough. Nobody touched him. Nobody touched him.
A 6-yard run by Rich Lena.
Amity certainly looks good.
Well, the Chargers have not been treated like this long time. The defense is just being torn to ribbons, but Ansonia came back in that Thanksgiving Day game with just a couple of minutes to go after they were trailing 7-6. We've got a long way to go in this ball game. Ansonia's had the ball most of the time, but every time Amity's had it, they've scored 3 times.
All right, here's the extra point by Carasone. It's up and it's good. And we've got a timeout with the score. Amity 21 and Ansonia 14.
Now that puts a lot of pressure on Ansonia because Ansonia does not have a kicker, and they have to go for the 2 points. So they have the pressure of getting the score and then going for the 2-point conversion.
Boy, that Brian Wright has shown he's quite a quarterback. He hasn't been out there very much, as Pete mentioned about his uniform. But he is really three times and 3 scores for the Amity Spartans. Remember Fitzpatrick's, which has all the new 1979s, Chryslers and Plymouths, and they are beauties. Now, with the purchase of any new car, you get 1 year free car washes from Fitzpatrick's. They really do it for you. 2 generations of Fitzpatrick's makes this a really safe place to buy your new or used car. Ansonia, which is defending Class S champion, they've won that division twice since the playoffs started, and they decided to go to Double L. That's why they're playing the Amity Spartans. They would have been playing somebody else in this ball game if they had stayed in the Class S, but they wanted to play the bigger schools, guarantee their #1 ranking. And they defeated Derby the first year and Stanford Catholic last year, and they're having their troubles in this one. A very exciting game. Frank Dulcich.
All right, Carasone kicks the ball off, and this will be Parks at the 20, 25, 30. Cuts to the left side, and a fine open field tackle by 78, who is Chuck Shaver. He's 6'1", 175-pound sophomore.
That's what you call giving up the body. He just went after him. Good tackle.
Well, you can see both these teams are well coached, Frank.
Very good. It's a dandy football game. 10:35 remaining here in the first half. And 21-14 in favor of the Amity Spartans. First and 10 for the Ansonia Chargers at the 31-yard line. Potter to the left, Conklin to the right. Oshesky throws long for Potter. He's got it. First down, Ansonia inside the 30-yard line.
Great concentration by the pass receivers. He had 2 defenders on him, and he did his job. He caught the ball.
Big play ball games. This is a big play ball game.
Play was good for 50 yards. It sets up a first down at the 29. Play was good for 40 yards. Adding like Pete lately. All right, McNamara to the left, Potter to the right. Here's Parks, and Parks was hit immediately. A fine tackle, and I wonder who it is. Rich Lena, number 43, 45.
He's the one with the dirtiest uniform, Frank. Offense and defense.
A lot of people aren't aware of it, but Rich Lena is a tremendous defensive football player.
All-around good athlete.
22 touchdowns coming into this game, an all-time school record for the Amity Spartans.
All right, 2nd and 12. The ball's marked at the 32. Oshesky fakes once. The rush is on. He fires. He's got Parks. And Parks has the ball inside the 25 at the 23-yard line. And that'll bring up a third down and 4 to go. We have 9:21 remaining here in the first half. The score, Amity 21 and the Ansonia Chargers 14. All right, Potter goes out wide to the right. There you see the Ansonia Charger offense. Oshesky fakes, and he hands off to Parks. Parks will not get the first down. He picked up 2 yards, but making the stop was Steve Borelli. He's 6'1", 200-pound junior, so he'll be back next year for these Amity Spartans.
Look like McAllister's not going to get in the back in the game. He's on the bench, and he hasn't even moved. He looks like it might be an ankle injury.
Number 30, Johnson, and number 15, Conklin.
All right, Conklin goes out wide to the right. 4th down and a goal to go. A yard to go for a first down. Here's Parks. He won't get the first down, and Amity has stopped.
As I said, Lena's a tremendous defensive football player. He was in on that tackle. He made the hit.
It looked like the quarterback sneak would have worked then because they all went to the outside, left it open.
First and 10 from their own 24-yard line.
This is the first time that Amity does not have good field position, but they wanted that position there, and they stopped an Ansonia drive on a 4th and 1.
All right, the quarterback, Brian Wright, leads them out. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Here's a handoff to Lena. Oh, fake to Lena. Wright has the ball. He pitches out. This is Mike Lena. And Mike Lena's inside the 45.
I'll tell you, Amity's offense is doing a job out there. They're really playing well.
Big plays, big plays. I don't think the Amity offensive line gets their due credit. Both of these offensive lines have been doing a tremendous job today.
I don't think, Joe, that Amity has read Ansonia's press clippings. Because they have shown that they are quite something, and they're really putting it to the Chargers at this time.
All right, they mark the ball at the 43. First down at the 40 line. They have 3 ball carriers to the left side. And there's Mike Lena picks up about 2, getting to the 40-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 7. We have 7:35 remaining here in the first half. The Amity Spartans leading 21-14. Again, they have 3 people to the left side. Backfield men. Here's a quick. This is Lena, Mike Lena, and he won't get anywhere this time.
That was a good defensive play by the left side of the Ansonia line.
That's the way you're going to have to go at him. It's going to take more than one man to bring him down.
He's got big thighs, strong legs, and he's built low to the ground. Good runner, good football player.
Kurt Antrim, along with Jim Smith, made the stop. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 yards to go. The ball's marked at the 41. And there's a flag down. Too much time.
You can almost tell with kids that there's a problem. There was a little hesitation in the offensive backfield. And in trying to get the signal straight, they took too much time.
That'll cost them 5. That's going to bring up a 3rd down, and let's call it 12.
5-yard penalty against Ansonia, illegal procedure. Correction, 5-yard penalty against Amity, goes down to 13.
All right, Rich Rosen flanked out wide to the right side. There's a pass, and it's picked off. Kurt Antrim has the ball. First down, Ansonia.
It just happened to be in the way.
Curtis Antrim, I don't know if you know, Joe, is a lineman, captain of the team. And on last week against Naugatuck, I believe for the first time, was in at the fullback position to give him a little strength in blocking.
I've been noticing him on the sidelines when he's not in the game. He's really trying to inspire the entire squad. He's patting people on the back. He's got a towel slapping at people. He's in the game.
All right, first down at the 48 for the Ansonia Chargers. 6:23 remaining in the first half. Olszewski drops back, throws. This one is incomplete. Pass intended for Joe Potter. Defending on the play for the Amity Spartans, number 15, who is Rich Rosen.
6:19 left, Brad.
In the first half for Fitzpatrick's Chrysler Plymouth Mazda, East Main Street, Ansonia.
Number 10, McNamara.
All right, Jim Smith comes out wide to the left side, along with Pat McNamara. Olszewski goes to the shotgun. Olszewski throws. This one's for Smith, and nearly picked off by Esposito, who had an open field and a touchdown written all over that one.
Well, he anticipated that pass coming.
Number 42.
That was a good play by Esposito.
Andy Esposito had a touchdown, and I believe he's just trying to run with the ball.
Before he caught it.
That's right. He was looking upfield, and nobody was there, and all he could see was open field. Third down and 10 to go. The ball's at the 48-yard line. We have 6:14 remaining here in the first period. Second period, 21-14 in favor of the Amity Spartans. Olszewski back to the shotgun again. Here's the rush. He throws for Smith. He's got it this time. And he's got a first down inside the 35-yard line.
I don't know how he caught that ball. Just tremendous amount of concentration.
That's Smitty. I believe he's a genuine all-state candidate, that kid. He's been playing all year long and been clutch receiver. He did it last week against Naugatuck. He just pulled up a clutch receivement right there.
Well, Sandy just going back and throwing the ball. That's the offense right now.
All right, first and 10. The ball's at the 34. Potter to the right. Conklin and Smith to the left.
Got to have a penalty. Should have.
There's the pass, and it's incomplete, intended for Rich Conklin.
Got an Amity man that went off on the wrong side of the field, and the official didn't notice it. He's just throwing the flag. You have to go off the field on your side of the field.
Boy, I'll tell you, everybody in the stands knew it, and the official was walking away like something wasn't going to happen, but they have to call it, right, Joe?
That's right, that's right.
Infraction against Amity.
Ray Luciani was the Amity Spartan trying to hide near the Ansonia bench.
A player cannot go off on the opposite side, or he cannot go off the field in the end zone. He has to go to his sideline.
Illegal procedure. First down, 5.
All right, it's a 1st and 5 at the 29. Potter to the right, Conklin to the left. Here's Olszewski handing off to Tyrone Bridges.
Defensive line.
But right there making the stop, number 75, Eric Olander. That's a loss of 2. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7 from the 31.
Defensive line is doing one heck of a job out there defending against the run, especially in the bad condition. Park's looking to go outside. The footing is not good enough for him to cut, and he's getting nailed.
Sony hasn't done much with the run today, but they did score their touchdown, and they got in close, but Sandy basically going to the air, the shotgun or the tee.
All right, 2nd and 7. Olszewski back to the air, throws. Jim Smith, he's got it. I believe he'll be short of a first down. He's got it at the 26-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about a yard to go.
21-14, Amity leads it with 5:13 to go here in the first half. 35 points up on that board.
In high school football, Joe, does the official have a buzzer that goes off in his pocket for too much time?
No, he just counts it off.
There's Mike Parks in the open field, and he's got the first down at the 21-yard line.
Tackled by Bowen.
Ansonia should have good footing the rest of the way in.
First and 10, Ansonia from the Amity 21.
Well, we have 5:03 remaining here in the first half. 21-14 in favor of the Amity Spartans. Now we have Potter to the right side, Smith and Coughlin to the left. Oshesky back to the shotgun. Good snap. The rush is on, and down goes Oshesky, and a fine rush.
Once again, good rush.
Almost got him by the face mask, but that would have been a penalty.
Let's see who made that stop. That was John Marinos, 6'2", 190. He's a senior.
Was about 5 on the play.
That's the first stop.
And that's going to bring up a first and second and 15 and 20. Excuse me, 10-yard loss. Ball's at the 31. We have Potter to the right and McNamara to the left. A high snap to the left side. Oshesky to the air for Potter, and it's incomplete. And a flag is thrown. Pass interference against number 15, Rich
The
Rosen.
problem there is you have to play the ball. You cannot play the man. Obvious interference, 2 flags down.
First down on the 1.
Pass was thrown too high. It would have been just an incomplete or forward pass.
But you got to play the ball. You can't play the receiver.
All right, here we go. First and goal from the 3-yard line. Break for the Ansonia Chargers. Here's a handoff to Parks, and he stops short. He gets down to about the
1-yard line.
Well, the thing that Joe commented on is the footing down there seems to be a little better. When you have a little footing, Mike Parks picked up about 3 yards on that carry. His ball's right down on about the 3-inch line right now.
All right, second and goal. Let's call it from the 1. Oshesky to Parks. And no, he's not in yet. The officials did not give any signal. It's going to bring up a third down and goal to go.
Third down and goal from the 1.
And we have 3:10 remaining here in the first half. It's 21-14 in favor of the Amity Spartans.
That might be a play the game. You have to file that one away. If the kid gets... The guy gave him the body.
All right, Coughlin out to the right side. We have Sandy Oshesky calling the signals. It's a third down, a quarterback sneak, and he's in for the touchdown.
That's Oshesky, 6'5", leading over the line, getting the score.
That's only the second touchdown of his career. He got the first one. He only kept that streak going last week.
From what I understand, he only does it when he needs to.
Looked like they need it because this is Amity defense when it gets down to the goal line. Has shown it's a very tough ball club.
Now, Brad, this is a very important play right now because Ansonia has not been kicking the ball. They'll have to go for 2 points. A little extra pressure on Ansonia.
21-20.
You know, it's funny, though. You'll see a score of 21-20 right now, and you will think that this hasn't been a good defensive ball game. And that's the exact opposite. It has been a good defensive ball game.
Well, we've got 41 points up on the board. And we've still got 2 minutes, 39 seconds in this half, 24 in the second.
The Chargers call timeout with 2:39 remaining. 21-20 in favor of the Amity Spartans, but the Ansonia Chargers are ready to go for 2.
Forget Fitzpatrick's Chrysler Plymouth Mazda East Main Street, Ansonia, with Connecticut's most modern automatic car wash, too. And with the purchase of any new car from Fitzpatrick's, 1 full year of free car washes. boy, that's worth an awful lot, especially with some of the
Especially
weather
with the price of soap, right?
The price of soap and everything else, too. Fitzpatrick's, and they've got the great Mazda cars, too, right there on East Main Street in Ansonia. We hope you're enjoying our all the action here at Bowen Field in New Haven. I don't think we've seen a game with more action all year, not just on television, but anywhere.
This is one of the best games we've had all year, without a doubt.
The Ansonia Chargers, #1 in the state, unanimous choice. And the Amity Spartans didn't seem to realize that because they really hit the Chargers quick. They trailed, and now they're leading 21-20 with that big extra point coming up. They've had a long time out, the Chargers, to talk it over because the Chargers just do not go for that 1 point. So you get 2 or nothing.
We have Potter going out wide to the right side. This is the extra point try. They needed to go ahead. Olszewski goes to the air for Smith. And it's incomplete. And the referee says...
Wait a minute, Joe. Was that face guarding or no?
No, if he hadn't touched that ball, it might have been called face guarding. But he did touch the ball.
21, Ansonia 20.
Well, we have a timeout on the field with the score. Amity 21 and Ansonia 20.
Fitzpatrick's bringing you all the action here. And remember to join us on Valley Cable Channel 10B every night at 7 o'clock. In fact, this coming week, Valley Cable is starting a new billing system. And I think you're going to like the new billing system. We're not lowering the rates or anything like that.
You're not sending your bills.
No, we're going to send it a little differently. It's going to be a different type system, and we hope that you'll join us 6:30 each evening this week on Channel 10B. It'll be the same show. You'll be able to catch at least one of those nights. Find out about our new billing system. Very informative and very interesting.
You know, Brad, normally they say the kicking game is very, very important. Ansonia has never been in a position throughout the season where they had to worry about kicking the extra point. They play a good offensive team, and that kicking game is really important here today.
Right, the only time they've trailed in ball games early was against Derby and Shelton, 6-0, and they beat them 34-6. And last week, with 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go, they trailed 7-6. There was a very big key in that particular game against Naugatuck on Thanksgiving Day. As it turned out, the extra point didn't make that much difference because the Chargers, and you are well aware about that ball game. Either you saw it in person, you saw it on cable TV. The Chargers got the touchdown and then the extra point, the 2-pointer. But we've got a long way to go here, and we'll see if this 1 point is going to mean anything. Not the way these teams are playing. You can see a lot more touchdowns.
All right, Jim Smith will kick off for the Ansonia Chargers. It's a low kick, and it's taken by Mike Lena. Mike Lena carrying the ball. He loses the football, and the Ansonia Chargers have recovered.
That may be the big break of the game. The fumble by Rich Lena, recovered by number 84.
Mike Pritchard.
If you'll file away the pass interference call down on the 2-yard line, and now this fumble, the ball game could be won or lost within the next 2 minutes.
Well, I think Lena tried to get a little extra out of that one, and he should have gone down. He tried to squirm, and it cost him.
Well, Ansonia's on fire right now. The fans are going crazy. The sideline's bursting with energy.
I'd like to see him go on top right now.
All right, Olszewski to the air. He has Conklin open. Rich Conklin has the ball and gets close to a first down.
Well, now Ansonia is varying their offense now, right, Frank?
That's a second down and a yard to go. The ball's at the 26. All right, second down and a yard to go. There's Olszewski. This is Parks, and Mike Lena. Rich Lena hit him as soon as he had the ball.
I cannot emphasize the tremendous defensive football player that Rich Lena is, and he just
tremendous condition.
He just keeps proving it play after play.
I'd say that somebody missed a block on that one too, Joe.
All right, that'll bring up a 3rd and 4. The ball's at the 28-yard line. We have a minute and 10 seconds remaining.
That's a great halftime guess for you, so stay tuned.
Conklin to the right, Potter to the left. 3rd down, 4 to go. Oshesky to the air. This is a screen to Conklin. A flea flicker. He throws for Smith. Incomplete. Flag is down. First down.
Well, it looks like if luck is the name of the game, the luck has certainly changed to Ansonia. That's 3 penalties that could cost them 6 points right now.
All right, 1st and goal, a minute and a second remaining. This is Oshesky to Parks. And let's see, no sign yet. And a timeout is called. 48 seconds remaining in the first half.
I think what they're going to talk about, one of the things on the sidelines, is this Amity defense on the goal line. They are very, very tough. They've shown it. This is the toughest yard to get. And you got all the defensive team right on top of you. And we'll see if Sandy goes to the air. That's what he did on 4th down a short time before. So that was a very key pass interference call. Very key play. And the old flea flicker play. Ansonia pulling every trick out now. And they're trying to make it. We've got 41 points up here on the scoreboard. 6 or 8 more. And 48 seconds on the clock. And it's still the first half.
And a 2nd and goal. The ball's inside the 1-yard line.
Putting a tremendous amount of pressure on the defensive back.
Fitzpatrick's Chrysler Plymouth Mazda bringing you the second quarter that was just as, if not even more exciting than the first quarter.
I look for a quarterback sneak.
I tend to agree with you. And it's Oshesky, and he's got it. No, not yet. He's short. 3rd and a goal, and the clock moving, and a timeout.
Timeout, right? He's got to get that timeout. Well, this is going to bring up a 3rd down and goal. And Sandy looking for the 3rd consecutive touchdown for the Chargers. Well, he scored one today. He's looking for his 2nd one today, and scored one in the Thanksgiving Day game, too. For the Amity defense digging in.
They're out of timeout. That should be the last timeout.
They're running short of timeouts now, but so they've got 2 more plays, at least 2 more.
Boy, if Amity stops them here, it should put some juice into them going into halftime.
So we'll see what they try on 3rd down. They had a 4th and goal from the 1 on the pass interference in the end zone.
Amity line is looking down. Everybody's down on 4-point position.
Well, the Ansonia Chargers have been out of that field, the offensive team, most of this ball game, and still they're trailing 21-20.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and goal to go. Less than a yard.
Not a pass. Not a pass.
Oshesky loses the handoff, and he doesn't get in. Let's see, it's a, well, they call it a fumble.
No
The clock moving, 20 seconds, 4th down and